Hello. In this video tutorial, we're going to have a look at how to manage contacts within the app. So the first thing we'll check is that this feature is enabled. So if you click on the menu, you should see contacts listed in the menu. If that's not available, then you need to enable this feature. To enable it, you need to click on the system settings. If you don't have access to the system settings, you need to contact the person who set up the app and ask them to do this. So to enable the contacts, you click on system settings, and within the system settings you've got users, so you could have more than one user in the system, and indeed you could have different types of users in the system, and we'll cover this in a separate tutorial. But so we could have managers, you could have employees, and all of the features are enabled via the user types. So we can say who's got access to which parts of the system. So to click on user types, we click on this. We can add in different profiles. So by default, we have full access, a profile called full access. And this is where we can click on it and we can switch off and on different features. And these are all grouped in a logical order. Under contacts, so these are all of the contacts that you normally work with, and you can also enable companies. So this is where you can group contacts into different companies. This isn't necessary for a lot of businesses, so if you've just got a lot of individual customers, then you may not need to use this. But if you're working with a company and there's 3 or 4 contacts within that company and you think it's useful to be able to group them, then you can enable this feature. So I'm just going to click on cancel, click on back up to the menu. We now click on contacts. So the first thing we'll look at is we have a list of contacts in the system. And you can see up at the top there's filters where we can search by company name, contact name, and also we've got a concept called search tags. So if we wanted to search by Adrian, for example, type in Adrian, this will list everyone with that name. And if we typed in Little, for example, this is pulling up everyone from the Little demo company. And also we'll have a look in a second where we've got the facility to input little search tags. So this is where we can tag contacts with something that we want to search on. So for example, if we wanted to see everyone who had air conditioning, and if we wanted to see everyone who had a swimming pool, okay, so we're now going to click on one of these contacts to view the contact, and we can see that this has got a search tag aircon and swimming pool, which is why they appeared on both searches. So when you open up a contact on your telephone, then you can click on this and it will access the telephone, and you can make calls, and you can also click on this and quickly send an email to someone, so it's integrated to your device. To edit a contact, we simply click on edit, and then we can make changes, and the one thing we should always remember is to click on save. Okay. On the contact screen, when you open up contacts, you'll also see a number of things along the bottom. This is all of the other information that relates to this contact. So for example, I can see that there's a document stored. Okay, and if I click back, so we can add in more documents. simply click on here and select the document and type a little note explaining what the document's for. And it's the same, we can add in notes. Click on back. And it's the same with appointments, so we can actually input appointments or reminders. So maybe we need to contact this person next September about a renewal or a project that they're thinking of doing. So it's really powerful. Other features, for example, if we had enabled estimates or projects, then those links would also appear down here. So that way we can get very quick access to all of the information for this contact. We'll now look at some more advanced features, more advanced things that you can do with this feature. So if we click back here, in addition to filtering, we can also go in and we can tidy up this list. So for example, if we no longer deal with this customer, then we can click on it, click on edit, and if we scroll down, we can actually remove the active flag, so they're no longer active. What this does is it still retains all of the information, and you can activate them at any point in time if they come back and you start working with them again. But what it does is it keeps your list back here of people, it keeps it nice and clean. Okay, and if you want to search for all contacts, then you just click on here. Archived contacts is something slightly different. So if someone rang up and said, please don't contact me again, then what you can do is you can click on edit and you can click down on the lock the account. And what that will do is it'll put a red flag on this account, and it'll highlight that they don't want to be contacted. So the key thing here is that even though you flag someone as not active, or if you lock their account, then you still retain all the information, all the notes, all the invoices, yeah, but it just tidies up your use of the system. So a couple of big advantages of using contacts within the app is that this is all of the data stored in the cloud, which means if you access this information now on your computer or on your tablet, then all the information is 100% live. Okay, and everyone is looking at the same information. So if you've got a team of people, everyone's updating the information, everyone's contributing to it, and everyone is viewing the latest information. You can also, if you add a new entry, if you're doing this on your phone, you'll get a little button where you can import a contact from your telephone. The other thing is, if you click on the import button on your telephone, you can select, it'll ask you to get access to the contacts on your phone. It'll read them all in, and you can select and deselect which ones you want to import into the app. And this is very useful when you start using the app to get up and running quickly. If you're doing this on the web, then if you click on this, you can get you can download an Excel template, and you can populate that template, and then you can import it, and that's another way of getting the information into the system. A couple of other useful things is if you click on the help down here, you'll see other videos about managing contacts within the app. There's also a quick report, so if we click on this, whatever information you filtered on, it'll quickly dump that into a report. You can also export the data into Excel, and you can also send bulk emails. So if we click on this, then so we could filter everyone with a swimming pool, and we can click on send, and once again you can send out an email very quickly using your phone or using your computer. So I hope that is a good start in terms of managing your contacts, and we'll catch you on the next tutorial.